The book that I'm about to review was intended for children. However, this video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Walt Disney Productions presents Donald Duck's Big Surprise. Copyright 1982. This book is part of Disney's wonderful world of reading. So if you were a child and your parents felt obligated to love you and teach you to read, they may have signed you up for Disney's wonderful world of reading, and you would have received packages like this containing 2 books. Donald Duck's Big Surprise. And the book has no author or credit to any illustrator, which is the first sign to me that this book was kind of created by committee or a department. So there was a department that was in charge of writing this book. And I feel like they were just pumping this crap out. Oh, I can get my film developed. That's awesome. 12 Months of Roses. Porcelain Sculpture Collection. Before we get into the book, I want to talk about its cover. Even though no credit was given to who the illustrator was, I feel that they left their mark. There is an object in the middle of the book. It's very suggestive. It looks like a penis. And or dildo. It's phallic. And as I went through this book, I tried looking for other things that sort of were penile, phallic, things that look like ding-dongs. I looked for those. As we go through the book, I will point out the more significant penises. So the story begins with Donald Duck leaving Mickey's house. Donald says, "Thanks for lunch." Minnie suggests that they have a picnic at the beach next time. Donald says, "Hey, great, come on over to my house Sunday. We can drive to the beach in my car." On Sunday, the gang all head to Donald's house. They've all got stuff ready for the beach. Donald, however, is outside waxing his car, not because he's getting ready to go on the picnic at the beach, but because he has a date with his girl Daisy. And he tells the gang, "Hey, look, I've got a date. I can't go with you to the beach. I can't drive you to the beach. I've got a date. I have a prior obligation." And I'd like to mention that in this scene, you can clearly see that, well, the way Mickey is holding that umbrella, it appears as if he has a wooden erection. So the gang is disappointed. They decide to take the bus to the beach. You'll also notice now the way Mickey is holding the umbrella. Mickey is now flaccid. And Mickey, there's something weird happening. There's something weird happening in Mickey's pants. He seems to have a sort of camel toe action going on, which I don't know what the illustrator is suggesting. Are they suggesting that Mickey has a... I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna get wrapped up in this. I'm not gonna let... No. We're gonna move on. So Donald is getting all groomed for his date with Daisy. Donald washes his face, he brushes his hair, fixes his tie. Then Donald puts on his hat, does some funky little dance moves, looks at his own ass. And he does this thing where he looks in the mirror. And he's just got this look on his face, these eyes, just, I don't know what that is. Yeah. I'm like totally hot. Like Chicks totally want to do me. I look so hot. Yeah. So Donald gets in his car, heads over to Daisy's. Soon Donald was at Daisy's house. Hi, Daisy. Are you ready for the ride I promised you? Daisy basically looks like Donald Duck, except with eyelashes and a bow on her head. So explain to me why I think she's hot. Why is Daisy hot? Just... I don't know what that says about me. Oh, and the curtains in Daisy's house, they look like two vaginas. Daisy is playing croquet with her cousin Gander. Oh, Donald, you said you would call me, but you never did. I thought you forgot our date, so I made other plans. His friends didn't call. Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy just showed up to his house to go to the beach. They didn't call. They made plans one day and then just showed up. But Donald shows up at Daisy's house, and they clearly have plans. Daisy admits to them having plans, but then says, "Oh, you didn't call, so I decided to play croquet with my cousin." I don't buy this. Daisy says, "Well, come play croquet with us." Yeah, And he says, "No, thanks," and I agree. Like, I don't want to be the third wheel on your date with your cousin. And he drove away in his shiny car. He felt very sad. So Donald is driving down the street and he sees a street sign. He's on the corner of Beach and Elm. And he says, "Hey, that gives me an idea. My friends are at the beach." Okay, so here's another thing that bothers me. See the parking meter? See, the artist has put the parking meter there. And we've already established that Donald is sort of a forgetful person, and I'm thinking to myself, he's going to forget to pay that meter, he's going to get his car towed, but no, that never pays off. The artist is just trying to illustrate that he's parked at the beach. There's meters at the beach. That really bothered me, that meter is there. And it doesn't look much like a penis either. Hi, folks. It's me, Donald. Hi, Donald. You came to the beach after all, said Mickey. We are just going for a swim. Come join us. The dialogue is absolutely riveting in this. Oh, God. This book is exhausting. So the gang all want to go for a swim, but Donald doesn't want to go for a swim. He is a duck that does not want to go for a swim. That is a clear warning sign of depression. All right, he's been rejected by his woman. He's feeling down, he's feeling low. So Donald's left alone with the food. And of course, he eats it. And I want to take a moment to look at that picnic basket. We've got some sort of thermos that's sitting between two pieces of fruit. There's a banana, more fruit. Clearly, Minnie packed this lunch. Filthy girl. Donald eats their lunch. He eats all of it. He eats 4 sandwiches. That's clearly stress eating. Donald Duck is hurting inside. They make him eat all of the lunch, so they're trying to hit like every single one of the 7 deadly sins. All right, so this is gluttony. He was shining his car and getting groomed. That's pride. Wants to go for a ride with Daisy. That's lust. And once Goofy finds out what happened to the lunch, well, Goofy becomes wrath. It's like Goofy's ready to, like, he ate all the grapes. He's gonna get cut. And I'm pretty sure this book is going to end with someone's head in a box. Wake up, Donald, said Goofy. It's time for our picnic lunch, said Mickey. Gee, I'm not very hungry. I think I will go home now, said Donald. This dialogue is so bad. So they're tired and hungry, and they're waiting for the bus again because Donald didn't even give them a ride home. He showed up, he ate their lunch, and he left. and the gang starts talking. "Donald never thinks of other people," said Mickey. "He forgets his promises," said Minnie. "He eats too much," said Goofy. "We will have to teach him a lesson," said Mickey. Mickey Mouse, beloved children's cartoon character, actually says the words, "We will have to teach him a lesson." So this book is not really teaching kids valuable life skills like communication. These people do not clearly communicate what their personal needs are out of this friendship with Donald Duck. Instead, they plan to seek revenge. It's the next page, it's the next day, and it's Donald Duck's birthday. Donald Duck is excited. He wakes up, he's all happy, it's his birthday. Donald looked out the window. "Goofy will be here soon with the mail truck," he said. "Oh boy, I can't hardly wait to get all my presents and cards." In what reality does this exist that people get their presents and cards via the mail on the exact day of their birthday? Who has the time and energy to plan that type of crap out? Goofy is the mailman, and Goofy is willing to commit mail fraud in order to teach Donald a lesson. "I kid you not today," said Goofy, and he drove away. So Donald, he feels awful. He goes to talk to Mickey to see if, maybe, Mickey will remember it's his birthday and maybe cheer him up. But Mickey is working in his garden and refuses to even turn around and acknowledge Donald's presence. That's cold. I don't feel like he deserves to be turned into a pariah. I mean, he ate 4 sandwiches. That's kind of bad. So then he decides, you know what? Screw that mouse. I'm going to go over to my girl's house. My girl will make me feel better. She's in on this whole, we're going to teach Donald a lesson thing. And she's in the kitchen and she has got a grip on that spoon. Oh, and she's cupping the bowl. Oh my goodness. Daisy doesn't even turn around from her baking to acknowledge Donald's presence. Donald walks sadly around the town. Why had no one remembered his birthday? He felt terrible all day. When evening came, he could see people talking and laughing in their houses. It's pretty bad. Everybody is having a good time, Donald thought, except for me. I might as well go home. Gunshot noise. Okay, that didn't happen. Donald Duck's house looked dark and sad. Donald slowly walked up the steps to his front door. He pushed the door open to find that his friends have broken into his house, thrown a bunch of crap up everywhere, and called it a surprise party. I don't think the people that wrote this book understand teaching a lesson. Like the artwork in Donald Duck's Big Surprise is not bad. It's on par with anything else that's Donald Duck, but the story is not very good. And I feel like if you really want a good Donald Duck experience, I would seek out the sort of comic books created by Carl Barks. He also did a lot of Scrooge McDuck stuff, and I think those are the best Donald Duck books. This was terrible. If you enjoyed this video, please think about hitting some buttons, maybe typing some stuff to me. I do enjoy reading the stuff that people type to me. And this is James A. Roberson. Well, I just nicked an artery. Gosh. probably should have pointed out more penises.